What's going on, guys? As always, I'm LCU. I've already reviewed the last two installments of the SpongeBob franchise, so I figured, why not just complete the whole series up until this point? So what better way of doing that than starting from the beginning with the undisputed best SpongeBob film of all time, or at least to date anyways, the SpongeBob SquarePants movie. Back in 2004, all I cared about was chicken nuggets, SpongeBob, and Spider-Man. So when this film came out, I made sure that me and my parents were first in line to go see it. Honestly, I've seen quite a bit of films in the cinema, but I remember this one like it was yesterday. We went to the later release at the local cinema in the mall, and then we went to Burger King right after this film. So you can already guess that I felt like SpongeBob when he got that manager position, because I got SpongeBob and chicken nuggets all on the same day. This film was generational for people my age due to the popularity of the show, where it sprung off merchandise and a very, very well-made video game which I still play till this day. The film perfectly captures the essence of the beloved television show, showcasing its characters' demonstrations, humorous jokes, engaging storyline, and its unique animation style. While it may feel like a long-formatted episode, it was intended to be the final show with only 3 seasons planned. However, we all know how that turned out. It definitely was not 3 seasons. The story may seem short and straightforward, but it effectively introduces the characters and their world in a fast-paced format where everything feels justified and necessary, along with playing off the infamous title, The Odyssey. It stands alone as a film, even for those unfamiliar with the show, ensuring a clear understanding of the narrative. At its core, this is simply a very fun adventure story, including many exciting side quests, having our beloved fish best friends at the helm of nearly every single scene, where the exposition is delivered swiftly and concisely, setting the tone beautifully for the rest of the film. Unexpectedly though, this film has consistent risks and stakes, especially once the film hits its stride, from saving Mr. Krabs, saving Bikini Bottom, along with SpongeBob and Patrick facing their own challenges through their adventure. The film is just packed with thrilling scenes and moments, showcasing the characters' interactions and the high-octane action sequences that also were quite surprising. As for the characters, the creators did an exceptional job of highlighting all of our beloved characters from SpongeBob, Patrick, Mr. Krabs, Sadie Cheeks, Plankton, Karen, Mrs. Puff, and many more. While some characters receive more attention than others, the creators did a remarkable job of balancing these characters. They also introduced new favorable characters like Mindy, King Neptune, and Dennis. SpongeBob and Patrick are undoubtedly the stars of the show, with their vibrant and unique personalities. They embody the traits and qualities we've come to adore, making them one of the best duos in television, or even just cinema history, period. Their friendship is characterized by their contrasting personalities being this Dumb and Dumber dynamic. They're both impulsive and easily distracted, but this is a significant part of their appeal. Another major draw for their characters is the presence of multiple villains. Each villain played an equally important role in the plot, contributing to the chaos and the destruction. Dennis, while not being the primary cause of the conflict, serves as Plankton's enforcer, if you will, adding an element of danger and tension to their adventure. He constantly challenges SpongeBob and Patrick, showing up at every single turn, trying to put a damper on their plan of saving the day. Now, King Neptune, on the other hand, takes the role of like a meme antagonist, if you will, providing comedic relief. He often makes jokes and seems oblivious to the real consequences of his actions, yet he plays a crucial role in the duo's journey. He sets an impossible timeline for completing the seemingly insurmountable task and puts SpongeBob and his loved ones in grave danger. And finally, we get to see Plankton in full form, seeing one of his plans actually succeed, for the most part. The creators do an excellent job of bringing his menacing character to life, making him the biggest threat to everyone in Bikini Bottom. He essentially uses everyone as pawns in his intricate game of chess. Now, when it comes to the script, it's quite self-aware of its own silliness and it embraces it, where the film is incredibly funny with constant and consistent jokes. Another great aspect of the comedy isn't just the verbal jokes, but also the visual comedy. They create a wide range of funny expressions from almost all the characters in frame, as well as incorporating elements from the background to set the tone and the mood for each scene. If the SpongeBob theme resonates with you, which I assume it does if everyone's watching, the jokes will likely work for you. They do a near-perfect job of balancing the tones for both the kids and the adults. The film primarily appeals to the kids, of course, feeling like a long episode, so the silliness is only amplified for a longer duration. However, it also includes some heartwarming messages for them, like being yourself and embracing your own uniqueness. However, it also appeals to the adults with the subtle adult humor which SpongeBob is known for. There are many moments that will resonate with the adults, especially since it's parents taking their kids to the cinema to watch this. You don't want to bore the adults or disappoint them for 85 minutes straight. Now, when it comes to the animation, it's simply SpongeBob as we know it. Beautiful 2D hand-drawn animation with the help of some live-action work as well. The film features a vibrant palette of colors that pop off the screen and set the tone for each scene. During the bubbly and happy moments, the colors are vibrant and lively, while during the dark and tense moments, they are muted with the focus on the dark yellows, greens, blues, and also purples. Now, I absolutely adore this film, just like how I did when I was a kid. However, I do have a few nitpicks, but many of my drawbacks stem from some of the plots of the logic. When we think of SpongeBob, we usually imagine a bubbly kid or younger teenager, but SpongeBob claims to have been Employee of the Month for 374 consecutive months. This would mean that he's been working at the Krusty Krab for 31 and a half years. As a result, he would be illegally an adult. Common sense, right? While he certainly behaves like a child, it's understandable why they call him one. However, it's clear that he's not one, so why wouldn't he be the manager? My next issue with the logic is when they're out of the water. One of the most memorable scenes in the movie is the lamp scene when they're in Shell City. However, once they break free and make a run for Bikini Bottom, they're still out in the scorching sun, yet they don't seem to be drying out. It didn't really make much sense. One of my last nitpicks with the logic is probably the easiest one to overlook. Why would everyone in town choose to wear a bucket on their head? It's just a bit too absurd for my taste. Well, let's be real. Are you wearing a bucket if you get it from Burger King? Probably not. And that leads me to my last nitpick. The film is just a bit too silly. However, that also comes with the territory of SpongeBob, so also pretty easy to overlook. Overall, this film is great, and I won't hear any different. I believe there's another SpongeBob film coming out later this year, like after the Plankton movie. If it's not later this year, it's early next year. But regardless, I don't even think that film will be able to surpass this, because this is damn near a masterpiece. SpongeBob the movie gets a very solid 8 out of 10 from me. Let me know what you think about the SpongeBob movie in the comments below, and stay tuned for my next SpongeBob review. See you guys in the next one.